plenty of drama in the final hours of the trial into the murder of Halifax battle rapper Pat Stay. The jury is deliberating after the Crown and defense teams wrapped up their final arguments and the judge gave final instructions. CTV's Callum Smith is covering the trial and he joins us live from court. Callum, you're waiting for a verdict at this hour.
That's right, Todd. The jury began deliberations at about 2:10 this afternoon and have just officially been sequestered overnight, meaning there is no verdict at this point. There are three possible verdicts in this case for Adam Drake: not guilty, guilty of manslaughter, or guilty of second-degree murder. Justice Scott Norton told the jury there are three elements that would need to be proven in order to find him guilty of second-degree murder: that Adam Drake caused Pat Stay's death, that Adam Drake caused Pat Stay's death unlawfully, and that Adam Drake had the state of mind required for murder. Drake doesn't challenge that Stay was killed unlawfully, but it comes down to who stabbed him. The defense argues that the video surveillance footage is not sufficient to identify Drake as a stabber, and that the Crown has, quote, fallen far short of proving beyond a reasonable doubt that he was the person who killed Stay. The Crown, meanwhile, argues that Stay was, quote, blindsided by Drake, and that the murder was fast, it was on purpose, and it was in the heart. The judge referenced the burden of proof beyond a reasonable doubt and said if the jury believes Drake is probably or likely guilty, he should be found not guilty. Now that the jury is sequestered, we can report that Drake is already serving a life sentence in the killing of Tyler Kaiser in November 2016. He was tried in 2024 and found guilty of first-degree murder in a judge-alone trial. The charges were previously dropped in 2021, but ultimately reinstated in 2022 after Drake was accused of killing Stay. A career criminal witness came forward and identified Drake as the man who fired multiple shots at Kaiser in close quarters at the corner of Gottingen and Falkland Streets. That decision and sentence have been under a publication ban until today, now that the jury has been sequestered. And as a sign of how tense this trial has been, in the absence of the jury today, defense lawyer Michael Lacey described how he and his fellow defense lawyer have been subjected to intimidation over the past 2 days at this trial. He said justice system participants need to be able to do their jobs without being harassed, intimidated, and physically accosted. He said he was blocked from leaving yesterday by a man who eventually followed him to a parking lot and circled around them. Lacey called that man a thug from the mob of the misinformed. Deliberations will continue tomorrow morning. Todd.
Excellent work, Callum. CTV's Callum Smith at the trial.